And the sun runs on course toward its stopping point. That is the determination of the exalted in might, the all-knowing. Christianity stands as the largest religion in the world today, with over 2 billion followers who revere Jesus Christ as the Son of God. The story of how this religion took shape is one of the most profound in human history, but beneath the surface of Christian doctrine lies a hidden layer of symbolism that connects it to much older traditions, particularly the worship of the sun. In the Qur'an, we encounter a striking detail that begins to unravel this hidden truth. The Qur'an mentions a figure named Tālūt, often believed to be Saul, the first king of Israel. Yet nowhere in the Qur'an is this identity made explicit. The connection between Tālūt and Saul comes from interpretations and external traditions, not from the Qur'an itself. If we step back and examine the Qur'an's silence on this point, we realize it leaves room for a deeper investigation into Saul's true symbolic meaning. Now consider Saul's name. The similarity between Saul and Sol, the Latin word for the sun, is more than mere coincidence. In many ancient cultures, the sun represented ultimate power and authority, and kings often aligned themselves with this cosmic force to legitimize their rule. Saul, the first king of Israel, may well have been more than a historical figure. He could also be a symbol of this solar authority. His very name evokes the sun, hinting at a deeper connection to the cosmic forces worshipped throughout the ancient world. This connection becomes even more intriguing when we turn to Paul, one of the most influential figures in the formation of early Christianity. Before his dramatic conversion, Paul was known as Saul of Tarsus. The Bible tells us that Saul was on his way to persecute the followers of Jesus when he had a profound encounter with a blinding light, an event that changed his life forever. This light, which struck Saul to the ground and left him temporarily blind, is described as coming from heaven. But what if this light symbolizes more than just spiritual revelation? Could it represent the sun, the very cosmic force that Saul's name is linked to? Through this encounter, Saul is reborn as Paul, the figure who would go on to shape Christian theology. But in this transformation lies a key to understanding the true nature of Christianity. The light that changed Saul was not merely symbolic. It was tied to the ancient worship of the sun, and this connection runs deeper than most people realize. Saul's encounter with the sun-like light mirrors ancient solar mythologies, where enlightenment or transformation often comes from contact with the sun or other celestial forces. What strengthens this connection further is the resemblance between the sun god of the Greeks, helios, and the Christian portrayal of divine figures. The very word halo, used to depict the radiant glow around saints, shares its etymological roots with Helios, the sun god. In ancient cosmology, Helios traveled across the sky, surrounded by the 12 Zodiac constellations. This celestial image parallels the structure of Jesus and his 12 disciples, a symbol of the sun at the center, encircled by 12 guiding forces, much like the constellations in the heavens that orbit the sun. In this way, Christianity's symbolic framework subtly echoes ancient sun worship, embedding zodiac elements within its narrative. With this in mind, we begin to see Christianity not just as a new faith, but as a continuation of much older religious traditions. Sun worship was practiced in nearly every ancient civilization, from Egypt to Rome. As A.T. Jones notes in Ancient Sun Worship and its impact on Christianity, the sun was venerated under various names, such as Ra, Apollo, Mithras, and others. Yet the underlying theme remained the same. The sun was the source of life, power, and divine authorities. What Christianity achieved, particularly through Paul, was the subtle integration of these solar symbols into its doctrines. By celebrating key events such as Christmas around the winter solstice, when ancient cultures honored the rebirth of the sun, Christianity absorbed the zodiac-based traditions of the past. Even the imagery of halos around saints, or the timing of Easter to coincide with the spring equinox, reflects the ancient solar cycles. The sun, which had long been worshipped openly, now found itself enshrined in the hidden symbols of the Christian faith. What makes this even more remarkable is how cleverly this transition was orchestrated. Paul's transformation from Saul, a name linked to the sun, into the key figure of Christianity reflects a shift from overt sun worship to a more concealed form. Early Christianity, shaped by Paul's writings, slowly distanced itself from its solar roots while continuing to embed the sun's symbolism within its festivals, its imagery, and its calendar. The religion became a new vessel for old cosmic ideas, and over time, the true nature of this connection became obscured. This careful layering of symbolism has left us with a religion that, while outwardly focused on spiritual and theological teachings, carries within it the legacy of ancient solar worship. Christianity, under Paul's influence, became the heir to traditions that had governed human understanding of the divine for millennia. What appears to be a break from the past is, in reality, a seamless continuation, a transformation of the sun's role in human belief systems from the visible to the symbolic. By exploring these hidden connections, we begin to understand that Christianity, in its very structure and evolution, is a sun-based religion in disguise. The transformation of Saul to Paul and the encounter with a blinding light serve as metaphors for a deeper cosmic shift, from the overt worship of the sun to a more veiled reverence embedded in Christian doctrine. This subtle but profound transition has shaped the beliefs and practices of millions, revealing the ancient wisdom hidden within the world's largest religion.